What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys a quick breakdown of today's trades. I'll also be showing you my stats, which I find you can do this. I haven't updated this account in a while, but as you can see, real account, this is all-time stats. If you look at the range history, look at this. September 13th, first trade on this, till now, where the fuck is this? December 4th. 3,704,000 P&L. The bonds is not too far from it, because taking withdrawals, return 122.5% return. Win rate, you can see it all. Just wanted to update you guys on this account, which is very interesting. I didn't know they even had offered this. I just clicked it by mistake, to be fair. But Thursdays I seem to trade really, really well. Anyway, quick update account. Now let's jump over to trading view here, and we'll break down two trades. Yesterday and today's trade. So this is currently today's trade. Some is still running, but as you can see, we had a beautiful long right around this area. We'll start with today, and we'll move into yesterday's. So what did I see today? We're still in all-time highs, guys. All-time highs. But what did I really like on this potential reversal? I was eyeing on the 5-minute time frame. I was eyeing these equal lows here. I wanted to see them get displaced, and then we close back above it and create some kind of manipulation under. So what I'm really seeing here, let's focus on Q for a minute, and then we'll bring up yes. Yes did also play a part. So that we're always within an AMD, an accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So accumulation was here. Manipulation, let's say, was here. This distributed. Or sorry. Manipulation, distribution. All right, what did I see here? I was seeing kind of like these equal lows here to get taken out, manipulated, and back over it. We did have 9:45 news and 10 a.m. news, so I wanted to wait for after them. Also, I had this 6,075 area marked on yes. So news comes out, and Q has this kind of big candle to the downside, and you can see it's even bigger in the 1 minute. Big sell-off on the 1 minute, but guess what? Held the higher low. While yes, at the same time, had actually taken it out. So yes, had made a new low. Just look right here, around this candle, that 10 a.m. candle exactly. Made a new low for the day, causing a bullish divergence. Again, I'm watching for also this double bottom at 21,407 to create. So that's my key level. I want to see something hold up. So then price comes right back up on NQ, and my entry trigger on that 5-minute time frame was this very small here, IVFG here created. I actually got in before it closed above it. I just felt very confident about it. And the reason why I got in actually before I got in roughly right here was the range was small. So my risk was going to be this double bottom here. It was like 15 points. So it's like I can be okay with waiting. Like if this had failed, I lose 15 points. And then my targets were pretty much the all-time high, and as well as a 5-minute fair value gap. And you understand, like when you take risks, so there was this 5-minute fair value gap here that we rejected. It was also the GP of that morning range, and we had rejected off like a couple times, and then the all-time highs, and then leave a runner. And I felt very bullish about that. So, like sometimes you can be okay taking on risk or not having as good of an entry if you're confident on where your price is going to be, as long as your risk is managed. You know, usually I tend to have a 20 to potentially even up to 30-point stop loss. But in a tight range, hey, like, hey, this is going to be a tighter stop loss than usual, so I'm okay if this trade doesn't play out. Not needing like a perfect entry, because sometimes you don't need a perfect entry. Honestly, I think yes, it's probably going to bounce here and go higher. We'll see about that, but I think yes, it's going to bounce here and go higher and break the all-time high. And with the yes, I had this 6,075 area marked. I thought this was going to be more than likely the area that it was going to come take out and keep going higher. We're in a very strong bullish trend, so there's no reason really to fight it. As you can see, I wait for the intraday dips and levels to get played out, to get ran through, to then me take a trade. So a lot of people are like, hey, it's all-time highs, how do you trade this? I don't like trading this. And guys, like the truth is, and I've been trading for a lot longer than most of you guys, but the truth is whenever you're trading, like in your trading career, price tends to be always almost at all-time high. So you need to learn how to use it. And you got to use the intraday levels, stick to the overall bias, and look for the key nice entries and be happy taking 50 points, 60 points, 80 points, you know, not always looking for thousands and thousands of points. right? So for me, this felt like a pretty straightforward trade with a really nice entry. You see, yes, currently is bouncing there. Now we'll talk about NQ. And NQ, honestly, yesterday's trade was not good. We made money on it, but the NQ's trade was not that good. There was a much better setup on NQ. So we had this really big hourly fair value gap there, guys. And these fair value gaps, when they're really big, and this is your morning range where price accumulated, when they're really big, you have to ask yourself, like, that means there's not a lot of orders, and there's price. If this closes into it, this is gonna get sliced through. This is like an easy short all the way down. But if it taps and bounces, more likely continuation is strong. And you have to ask yourself, what is this? It's an AMD setup: accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So after, you always have to think, well, if you see accumulation, which we saw here, right? Pre-market is accumulation. What do you see next? You gotta see manipulation. What is your key low? It's this hourly low here. We manipulate under it on the small time frame at the New York Open, which means you're gonna distribute to the opposite side. So that was my setup. I was looking for longs all the way to the upside, but I actually took shorts, right? And why did I take shorts? Because I can find an opportunity because this is a larger time frame model, 1 hour, 4 hours I'm showing you. So you're gonna have dips along that. You're not just gonna go straight up green. So you can take advantage of some of those dips. So we had a pretty nice basic setup right here with, if you draw GP for the whole range pre-market as well as a fair value gap lined up. I simply took a short there because I told myself these are two options the market is gonna go. There's two options here. Option A. There's the only two options the market is going to do. A, we reject here, come down to the previous breakout area, which was a smaller time frame AMD now. You see that? It's a small time frame AMD. Because a larger time frame AMD means there's going to be smaller time frames AMD. So within it, the previous breakout area, which was right here, bounce and continue the overall bullish model. Can I make money based on that information? True. Yes, because my stop loss is going to be this high, right? Which is 13 points, and my target is going to be about 45 points. It's a positive RR. Okay, so that's a positive outcome. Option B, I'm wrong about the overall larger time frame model, and this is going to make a new low. Can I make money on that? Yes, I can, because it's right here. Right, so it's even more of a positive outcome. So both outcomes I look at give me a positive situation. So I took a short off the GP, and once you get the confirmation candle closed, the candle close under it. Use that as my stop loss and targeted that, and then I was hoping maybe we get a new low. We did not. We ended up stopping out a break even, which is totally fine. But what I wish I had done was actually stuck to my original guns. I mean, to be fair, I had a meeting to go to, so I couldn't even really take this and look for that entry right here. Why was this a key entry? Because within a small time frame AMD, your best entry is always going to be when you retrace back to the accumulation zone, which lines up with a golden pocket, which in this case it did, and which it lines up with a fair value gap, which in this case it did as well, because it's a 1 minute fair value gap. IBFG also, that was inverted. So that was your perfect entry right there, and you would target the high of that range, which was roughly right here. The stop loss is usually like a 20-point stop or a close under, if I'm going to close under it, and then you target a high of the range, which was roughly right there, I believe. And this, in this case, just kept on running. So it's like a pretty solid setup. And even when you look at this dip, you're just like one of those like really nice dips, and then just keeps mooning and then keeps mooning. A lot of you guys have issue with like holding a trade, and like I get a lot of discussion a lot. Like, how do you hold your trades? Like you saw some of my stats. Like an average trade is I'm holding 8 hours. Right, and it's not like I'm actually holding all the trade for 8 hours. My trades, I'm actually closing them, half of them pretty quick. I just end up holding because a lot of time I have the right bias, right? So I'm holding a trade for 2 days, even though I closed 80% of it in the beginning, right? Which was actually what happened 2 days ago. I've been holding a trade since Friday, and I just closed at the whole time highs this morning, but I only held a small piece of it. But the truth is, like, as long as you're, like, let's say, so this is my bullish, I'm bullish, right? And as long as the price action still showing me, like, all the bullish levels are respected and the bearish ones are disrespected, I'm okay taking it. For example, you have this push up here. You build this larger time frame for value gap here. It is normal for price to retrace back into it and then get some buyers and keep going, and does it again and does it again, or it retraces to the GP of that move. For example, here, right? Price just retraces to the GP of it and then keeps going. So you have to ask yourself, when you're trailing like a stop, don't look at the P&L, but look at the chart. Is this still within my bullish bias in this case? Yes, I can keep holding this. Feel free to take profits at your carriers, but try to leave some of those runners, because some of those runners can make you a lot of money, right? For example, I had a trade from Friday into Monday. We gapped up, and I made almost $20,000 because I held 2 of my positions open overnight, right? Is it a little bit risky? Yes, but not really at the same time, because I was already very deep in the profits, 50 plus points in the profits, and I already had taken more than half off the table. So I was already up $9,000 to $10,000 on that position. So let's say it gap down and I lost 3,000 to 4,000. Hey, I was playing with the house money, and that's when you have to think about it. That's when you want to be aggressive. Be aggressive with the house money. Don't be aggressive with your own. Anyway, I didn't want to make this video too long. I rambled a little bit, show you guys some of the stats, updated you on that account that we're trying to take to $1 million. I've taken some withdrawals out of it, but I'll probably hold it for at least 500K, and I'll take out like 200,000, and then we'll try to run it within the last half a million pretty fast. Hope this video helped. If you're not joining our group, you're not trade live with me every single day. If you want my signals and get rich with us, code 39 if you're a new member. Link will be down below. As always, peace out, boys.